Make sure everything's working. Hello, is it working? Is it working? Can you hear me? Alright, looks like all the levels are working. That's cool. Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to another Seke broadcast. Sorry if you hear stuff clanking together. Just trying to move my keyboard so I got a little bit more comfortable of an area. Welcome to another Seke broadcast where usually Jason Manning, aka Seke Leader, and what? Oh no. My game seems to have crashed. This is not intentional. Holy shit. The music is still playing though. That's weird. What? And I just closed it, but I can still hear the music. Excuse me? Wow, this completely goes against what I was about to talk about. Holy crap. Where is Metal Gear on my task? This is astonishing. Is this for real? Why? Oh my goodness. This is not how I wanted it to start. I was hoping to talk about this in a better light. Let's see. And it still says it's running. That is so weird. Oh my goodness. What? Hey, Metal Gear. Where are you located in my tasks right now? This is so weird. There we go. In process. There we go. That was so weird. That is not how I wanted it to start. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Let me say this for the third time now. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Seke broadcast. We're usually Jason Manning, aka Seke Leader. And today I'm going to be talking, obviously, as you can tell from this weird little bit that just happened, about Metal Gear Survive. First off, I want to say this is more like a suggestion and just like appreciation and criticism directly targeted at Konami and the Metal Gear team. I have noticed recently that you guys, the Metal Gear team specifically, are very active on Twitter, and you really want to know and hear from, or at least you're showing initiative at wanting to know and hear from your players. And I think that's really cool, because I'm actually really sorry on behalf of other criticizers and everyone, if this is even possible. I want to say I'm really sorry for all the shit you guys have been getting. And I think it's really fucking stupid, excuse my language, I'm not going to be PG here. I think it's really fucking stupid that these people are just bashing Metal Gear Survive without having even beaten the game. And what's really sad is whenever you do listen to the people that even talk about endgame, they aren't actually making any sense. And I have noticed from a ton of reviews and before you buys and things like that, talking about the end game, and everyone says the exact same couple lines. And I think that is because these people have not actually played the game, and they're either copying each other, or they literally just watched a playthrough of someone actually beating the game and they just stole what they could from it. And I think that's really stupid. That's inappropriate and very unprofessional. And I mean, I know you guys aren't really responding to that, and that's cool. That's really professional in my opinion. And I think one of the obvious reasons is you guys are a long-running company, a long-running team, and you obviously know that 90% of criticisms or criticizers, critiques, whatever, are all bullshit. They're people just talking out their ass. Speaking of ass, hello wild ass pelt. As you can see, I'm pretty late in the game. I think I just beat my 5th or 6th dig, my home dig. And I'm happy to say that only that fence broke. I protect my base very well. I'm looking forward to the 3rd installment so I can actually extend this. I'm gonna organize things a little bit better. It's pretty organized now, but yeah. I'm very late in the game. Let me just show you guys my skill sets so you can see that I am actually a player here. I'm level 53 overall, and that's just because my scout is level 13. My assault and Jaeger are both 11, and my medic is 12, actually. There we go. Now I'm level 54. I didn't notice I had enough points. I play multiplayer religiously on this game, and the single player for me is really just a way to collect materials to play multiplayer. That's why I have all these. And I rarely go out. I actually spend a majority of my time traveling between the transporters just to collect the materials there, and that's literally how I get materials, besides obviously endgame and collection during multiplayer activities. I average over 10,000 every single time I play a match. I am almost always the #1 person. In my achievements here, you can see I have... down here, I think. I have Glory. You were in first place 30 times. I also have a full member team here at my home base. I have collected a bear, as you can see. I have Anubis twice. I have a striped African hound and a greyhound here. These guys are obviously rares. Like, see, I have 2 hearts of Anubis. That's really rare to have. I have I think they're Noeb. These ones here, Noebs. Are these Noebs? Is that how you say it? Oh, Boer. Sorry. Boer and Nubian goats, as well as Kazimir and Kukuran, I think is how you pronounce it, goats. I have wild asses. I have okapis. And then I also have, as you can see over here, some, I think these are Seth's zebras? Grant's zebras, sorry. I'm not very that much into the single player, but that's again not, you know, I'm done with the single player technically, besides the digs. And as you saw when I first started up at the top left corner of my screen, I have 5 hours until my next dig. That's literally all I have to do in the single player, and personally I love this game. I don't know why so many people have been giving it shit. I have to say, just right off the bat, as I said a couple minutes ago before my little tour, this game is actually really good. Personally, I'm a streamer and a content creator, as you can tell from this channel that this is going to be uploaded on. I don't suggest games for full price ever. I think I've had one game in the history that of video games I've ever played that I have ever suggested a full price game, and that was Fallout 4. And then I would say also Fable, but back then when Fable originally came out, it was less than $60 because games weren't at that price yet. So that's why I only say one, because Fallout 4 is the only game I will ever suggest a $60 price at. And Metal Gear, if it was $25, like $25.99, I would be like, dude, that is money well worth it. I have spent quite a few hours on this game, and I'm very happy with it. And this isn't the only account I play on as well. I have another account because of, obviously, and this is my first critique, the saves costing real money. But that's another thing too that people don't talk about. Having played multiplayer in the single player load, you actually get SV coins, which is the currency used to purchase save slots. And again, like I said, this is mainly targeted towards the team for Metal Gear, but also this is for people to see. Don't listen to all those people when they say you have to pay real money to get a save slot. That's not true. I've actually purchased materials and boosts. I have a boost going right now that I bought without actually real money purchasing points. You gain them randomly. Actually, I think I got some when I started up today. Let me see. Yeah, see, look at that. Boom. Got some coins. Literally just got some coins. Just logging on. So yeah, don't listen to all those people when they say you have to spend real money on purchasing stuff. That's not true. That is just kind of like the coward's way of skipping out, or the lazy ass's way of skipping out on actually working hard towards increasing your gameplay experience and your experience. Your, like, I don't know what to call it. other than experience, because I'm trying to think of a way to clarify that now. But no, like, I've played this game a lot, so I have experience. I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so one of the things I wanted to say, a suggestion for you guys at the Metal Gear team, is specifically the audio setting. You go to, whoops, that's not what I meant. Sound settings. There are just these two options. Literally, you could just turn music on or off, or the voice chat on or off. Please give us sliders. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really confused why you guys didn't give us sliders. I don't, most games give you sliders. I totally get having the option to turn it on and off. For instance, I play PUBG a lot, and PUBG has the option to turn on and off certain sounds without messing with the sliders, and I totally get that. But here, for instance, let me alt tab. Let me go to my music or my sound mixer for Windows, and this is what I have. What you're hearing right now is the current sound that I have it turned down to, because there's no slider in game. I have to turn it down on my mixer, which sadly that turns down everything, and I'd like to just turn the music off and turn down like effects just a little bit, but keep everything else up. So this is the game at full sound. I just turned it up, and this is the game at full sound. Let me see, do I have ammo? Don't, so I can't really give you, oh well, here, this, let's just waste one of these real fast. See, that doesn't sound very loud, but when there are loads of things going on, for instance in the multiplayer, that gets very loud. And just when all the sounds are overlapping, it's really, really loud. Let me show you what a bullet sounds like. But I have ammo. Oh, whoops. I'm stupid. Alright, let's go here, just craft a standard. Oh, my bad. There we go. That actually, for me, the shotgun was a little bit blaring in my ear. But other than that, I mean, it's not that loud. Also, I have multiple silence weapons, so not a very good example. But yeah, actually, let's get that closer, because those are very loud. And obviously, you know, frags are supposed to be loud, but it's a bit too loud, and that's why I have to turn everything down. So I turn it down to about 10, and I would like to not have to do that in my mixer. Because then that again turns everything down. My other suggestion is, I actually saw someone talk about this today on Twitter, is the ability to kick people that aren't doing anything or aren't participating properly. I've been in multiple multiplayer matches where people are just kind of off on their own, only collecting materials or doing whatever. Whenever you only have 3 or 2 out of the 4 people that can be in the match, there's kind of got to be really set rules to how you take on the oncoming hordes in the multiplayers. And sometimes people literally just do only the side missions, or they just collect materials, or they're just only covering like one spawn portal for the enemies, and I think that's just really stupid, and I would rather solo a mission than deal with people like that, because it's just not helpful. Or I'd rather do it with 2 people or 3 people than deal with people like that, because they're not doing a proper job. They're not splitting up the work like they should. Another thing is, I would like the ability to collect food and animals in the extraction team. And then speaking of the extraction team, I know that the max is 30, and right now the only way to get rid of useless individuals that you've saved in the distress signal missions is to send them on suicide missions, but I think that that might take too long, and that's just kind of a waste of time. So I'd like for you to give us the ability to just completely throw out a member from your camp. And I know probably that sounds weird, and maybe there should be like a debuff, like a lower morality, or not morality, morale, a lower morale for the team for a short period of time, or maybe the people that, or maybe the team or the crew that that person was a part of. Like, for instance, if you have a useless person that you threw into the development team and you just get rid of them, then the development team would have a morale debuff for, I don't know, an hour or something, where they do 50% of their usual work in the development team. I think that would be awesome. Obviously, you know, you have to balance things in this game. You can't just make everything super easy. And that's one thing I think that you guys really have covered in your bases, is that nothing is insanely easy. There's difficulty in every possible activity in this game, and I think that's super awesome. And with the new rescue missions and stuff, also, I want to say you guys did a really good job with that. Me and a couple of my friends that I actually made on Metal Gear. I usually have buddies that I just play video games with here and there, but I actually made some friends specifically on Metal Gear. We do those, about 10 of those a day, just to get materials. Also, I think it would be cool if you lowered the container spawn rate, because it seems like whenever I get missions from my guys here to go and do, you know, these things, I get way more container has washed up than anything else. Also, for some reason, I've only gotten 2 dangerous missions, the like world boss fights. One of my buddies has only gotten 1, and he has almost triple the amount of time played as me. So I'm just wondering if maybe that's a glitch on your guys' end, or if that's just how you have it set up, where it's completely random. I'd like for you guys to really work on the balance some more when it comes to missions and stuff like that. Also, the description of people in your crew is a little lackluster. I think it would be awesome if you you gave us a little bit more information on each person, because it seems like we've literally only got 3 forms of information: the overall description, the previous job, and then their label. And for people who don't really understand what I'm saying, if I look at this guy, for instance, he has the free spirit label. His previous employment was a geologist, and then his description is he likes to try many different things and low ambition, would perform poorly. I think that that's very unhelpful. That doesn't tell me what he should be doing, and I think that is kind of a necessary difficulty in and of itself, but we need a little bit more information. For instance, I obviously know he's a geologist, so I would normally put him in the base development team, because the geologists, their job description is that they understand like the land and stuff like that. So I think it would be good if he was, you know, part of like the farming or the development of like materials into like buildings and stuff like that, because he understands the materials, the metals and things. But I mean, that's just a guess, and I'm not very informed. I'm not a highly intelligent person when it comes to geologist work, so that's a little lackluster, a little bit too little information for me to work with as a player. So that's another one of my suggestions. Let's see, I covered bosses, I covered missions, side missions, members of teams. I don't have anything written down. I'm just trying to run through my brain right now. I think, and I know you guys are probably working on this, because this is just something that these games work on. First off, I want to say you guys did a really good job with like the perks and everything when it comes to gear. I think it's super cool. How all the gear is in, like, there's loads of things, and this is something that a lot of people don't talk about as well when they do the review of this game. If you actually look at individual pieces, there are perks for every gun. There's the weight of the gun, which actually is a restriction on how fast your character can move. Their overall weight determines how fast they can move. I think it's cool that the legendary weapons, to upgrade them, you need materials and stuff, and those are pretty easy to get if you play enough of the multiplayer missions. But then the other thing is there should be more of those, and like I said, you guys are probably working on that. I think there should be more, because right now it seems like there are only 3 or 4 primary firearms that are actually useful, and I think that's kind of silly, because that kind of creates a meta, and I feel like there should be a lot more variety there. But again, you guys are probably working on that, because that's what a lot of these types of games do. Like with Destiny, for instance, they add guns every month or so, when Destiny was first being released and updated. And the other thing is, and me and my friends have noticed, the epic weapons, they have not dropped. We have played between us all, and not including the games we have played together as like a multiplier, but the games that we have not played together, as well as the games that we have played together, we have probably played over 10,000 multiplayer matches in the last month. And we have literally all confirmed that at one time when all four of us were, or well, like when three of us were playing together, there was a fourth random that we got. He is the only person we have seen, and the only epic we have seen, like, he had a gun, and that was it, a pistol. This is the only epic we've seen in over 10,000 matches, and between us, over 1,000 hours. And I think that's really silly. The only epics I have gotten are upgrade kits. I want you guys to increase that. I mean, that's just a personal matter, and as well as the people that I play with and the people I've come across. It seems ridiculous that I get multiple legendaries a game if I get S rank, but I have not seen an epic in over 1,000 matches. Personally, 1,000 matches played and beaten. And I think only about 80 of those are A rank or lower. And that's just because they were solos. And I mean, I've even gotten a couple S rank solos, but that's just because I'm a god. But yeah, like, seriously, you guys need to up that. That's the one really huge critique besides the audio that I have for you guys. Personally, again, I love this game. I've been playing the crap out of it. I play PUBG professionally, and this is the only game that I play as much as PUBG on a weekly basis. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. This has been a Second broadcast for usually Jason Manning, aka Second Leader. I'll see you guys in the next video.